Hello and welcome to Everything To Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item, every single enemy, everything in the Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined, as always, by a guy who's Haemolacria, Gary Butterfield. Haemolacria.
Haemolacria was better than the first thing you said.
I know, Gary. Well, that's why I said it second instead of first. If I'd said it first and then gone back to the worst one, I would have sounded like a real moron.
Have we considered that, though? Because it might end up making it sound like, man, to go back to the first one, you were really good. Yeah. Like, we should start revising with worst drafts.
Gary, that's a great idea. First draft, best draft.
Yeah, first draft, best draft. Third draft, turd draft.
Fourth draft, blorf draft.
Back draft.
See, now the fact that I said first draft, worst draft, best draft, shit. Gary, it's off the rails fast this week.
It is, we're getting energy. It's getting hot again.
It's getting warm in Portland, hot in Cleveland.
Yep, it is going to suck. I've spent a weird amount of today dreading the heat, like 4 days from now.
New house, so far, very good at managing heat.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's great. Upstairs gets a little warm, but I got the AC going. And then downstairs, we got the splits, the inverters.
Yeah.
They're real good.
Splits them in two.
Gary, do you want to do a real quick contest where we see which of us can do the splits the furthest?
You mean over this audio medium?
Yeah, over the audio medium, yeah.
Sure. Oh, did it. 90 degrees.
Wow. Yeah. 180 degrees?
Well, to my torso. Each leg is a 90 degree angle to my torso.
Yeah, you're just like you're...
Maybe I just misunderstood the splits. I thought it was taking a step.
Yeah.
And
even then, you're in terrible danger of tearing your groin.
You know what is actually true that is on the subject of splits?
What is truth, Gary?
I got a new old man pain. My hip has been bothering me.
Okay.
I'm only 40. This fucking sucks. It's real weird. I'll just turn every once in a while. I'm like, that's a new pain. I've never felt pain in that spot before.
Yeah, I mean, I live with someone with chronic hip pain because a car hit her.
Well, yeah, no car hit me unless it happened. Well, a car did hit me in my sleep.
A car hit your house, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it was just a knock-on effect of that because they roughly correlate.
Oh, yeah, because it's not actually getting hit by the car. It's the shock waves from the muffler.
Yeah, it just rattles your bones.
Lethal muffler radiation. I got the mush mouths today, Gary.
I know, you're really pulling a Gary on this one. Hey,
I'm really Garying it up.
We're talking about Haemolacria.
Mm-hmm.
Crying blood. The coolest thing you can do.
I mean, certainly the coolest thing a dying person can do. Besides...
give me all their money in their will.
Oh, man, that'd be so cool.
Can you imagine?
Remember, Guppy listeners, you're all supposed to name us just $100 in your will.
Yeah, just give us... That's what we call the Guppy bump. Is when you put most of everything to Guppy in your will and make an executor of your estate real fucking confused and have to listen to hundreds of episodes of this.
God, beautiful idea.
Well, given that we cannot tell if the deceased meant it as a joke, I'm given to strike this from the record.
Yeah, there is no incident of the letters J and K in this clause of the will.
Therefore, it says here, Fangborn. I'm not sure what that means.
What the fuck does that mean?
Perhaps
I don't usually swear because I'm an old-timey judge, but this is fucked.
Perhaps they're expecting some kind of secret treat in the hereafter.
Fuck me in the ass. This is confusing.
Suck my balls. I'm confused.
Tongue my clit. This is very
Rip open my dick and sound me with fury. I am perplexed.
Signifying nothing.
Signifying sweet, sweet nuttings. Sound and fury signifying nuttings.
Sound and fury signifying nuttings. We did it, Gary. We got the shirt.
It's pretty good, especially at the back. It was just like William Faulkner in a fancy font.
Yeah.
So this is about crying blood, and then I like this. We're on this week is all stuff I like.
It's all weird tier effects that I like one of, I think.
Ooh, well, we'll have to get into it. This also got a huge boost in Repentance.
Oh yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken this before. For one thing, I usually assume this is a bomb power-up.
It is shaped like a bomb. Big art fail. But this makes, instead of crying regular tears, you shoot gigantic blood blobs that bounce and splash.
Yeah, and it's the same thing as all of the stuff, like Parasite and stuff, that it just doesn't do. Like,
Yeah.
anything that like causes tears to like pop out like that doesn't do much for me usually.
Oh, that's so weird. This is some of my favorite shit.
Yeah, I know.
I love that stuff. And
it's
they
the
all
difference
stack.
between the experiential memory and the other one.
100%, as Thinking Fast and Slow has taught me. The remembering self and the experiential self.
Yeah,
AKA
of course, those two.
The will self and the Gary self. Inside you, there are two demons. They all stack. You get this with like the parasite and with Cricket's body.
Sorry, I'm thinking about like the inner Gary and the inner Will, and they're both real. You should probably get surgery.
Do you think somebody is
Or an
going
exorcism.
to kill us and then make us into a podcast Matryoshka? Like put, you inside of Cole and then me inside of you. And then like Nick and Brayton inside of me and then Nick inside of Brayton.
Okay, I don't think all of those. I think Cole goes inside of me. I think I'm the
That was
biggest.
just like real back of the napkin.
I
Like,
know,
dude
but
math.
I'm also working from the back of the napkin here. I think maybe I get shoved in Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy's not bigger than you, dude.
Oh, he's just
Like,
got such a big personality.
He does
Gary.
have a big personality. I mean, he's very soon he's going to live with horses. That's one of the biggest personality things you can do.
Oh wow! And just like man, a Jermagreer handshake.
Yeah, it's real good. I love that.
He's like a man.
Yeah, I guess if we're
know many
Matryoshka dolling
men.
our personalities,
Yeah.
then that's a much harder and meaner thing to do back of the napkin math on.
Yeah.
Like,
Then Cole is the little doll.
aw. Initially, this gave you just a +1 damage. Increased your damage by about 30%.
I
Now-
think that's just because of like the math of it, though. I think that was just like I don't think there was a damage up associated. I think it was just because of how the tiers were likely to hit stuff. I think it functionally was like a 31%. We're reading off the wiki as always.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like I've been playing the Isaac on Switch, and like you definitely one-shot stuff with this.
Yeah, but I think that's because a bunch of tiers explode onto someone.
That could be for sure. The big downside is your tier rate goes way down.
Yeah.
But in Repentance, they buffed it. So now it's +1 damage up and a 1.5 damage multiplier. What?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but
Yeah.
damage multipliers in Isaac are insane.
Yeah, they're really good. They don't stack with but they do stack with each other.
And because the numbers in Isaac are pretty small typically, like 20 damage is like a roll.
Yeah, it's really good. And then you get this and it's like, 30, and every damage up I get is 1.5 times better.
Yeah.
Really good. Bunch of fun synergies. Like I like this item, even though it is like as a first room kind of thing. In old Isaac, it was kind of a pain because until you get some tears ups, it was, if you
You're just
miss,
not
you
firing
really
very
fucking
well,
missed. Yeah.
Brimstone with this is really cool. You fire out the tier and then it explodes into lasers.
Yep. Incredible. I love this with soy milk. I love just shooting all these like thousands of little bombs that knock enemies around.
Yeah, sounds like that might be rough on your hardware in some way that we could actually have fucking turned into a shirt years ago.
Yeah. Well, we could also do it we can always do it several years too late.
Yeah, but Gary, now we got this Faulkner shirt. God,
do have the
what's
Faulkner
the
shirt.
reaction if you saw that bumper sticker out in the wild? Sounded fury, signifying nothing.
With maybe like a wink emoji
Yeah,
there. I think
or maybe just like a very tasteful sounding rod.
Yeah, I would laugh at that a lot. I saw a guy, I was on a walk and I saw an old guy listening to Rusted Root on the porch who had a t-shirt that said Guardian of the Groove.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just like, I didn't have anywhere to put that. I was just like, holy shit. the Guardian of the Groove is logged on.
Did you make eye contact?
No, he was very busy. Like he was like
Doing
watering
what?
his lawn or something. Garden
Okay.
grooves. Like he was doing some kind of lawn work.
He
or
was
something.
very busy listening to Rusted Brute. He was active listening.
Yeah, it's just like, yes, it is the sound of the spheres.
I am on my way, or whatever the fuck their song
I'm
is.
on my way to the beautiful planets, the universal language. If people like the show, what should they do?
They can go to Gary. You said that so abruptly that
I
people are
realized
going to
how
accuse
badly I
me
was
of like
sweating.
cutting out like a racist tirade.
I realized how badly I was sweating. It's like, oh shit, this is fun. We gotta hurry.
I wanted to get out ahead of people. Like, God, what did Will cut out of what Gary said?
So, Will, what's in the news today?
So, like I was saying, if people enjoy this show, they can go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and toss some money to the network, which will Reaganomics style trickle down to me eventually.
directly.
Yeah.
You can also leave us a rating review on Podcast Addict or Apple Podcast. That's what that's called.
Yeah, we've got a nice little bank of those going right now, but please always submit more. The iTunes ones don't get read for a while because for whatever reason I read the Podcast Addict ones first.
It's fine, but don't make us beg. Like, we don't want to run out again.
We never want to run out again.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, so there's this one. So here's a review from Bjornface Swee, left on 8/7/21. En ganska bra podd om en ledsen pojke som heter Isaac. Jag tycker han som blir arg på sin katt är lite jobbig att lyssna på ibland. Skaffa inte katt om du inte orkar ta hand om den. Varning för prat om piss och scent. Fast det är roligt tycker jag. Hoppas att den kommer ut på svenska någon gång.
Well, now we don't know if you've done a racist rant that we had to cut out.
Gary, I did, in fact, translate that whole thing by hand to make sure it didn't have any racist stuff in it. It doesn't.
Why'd you do it by hand?
Because Podcast Addict, I don't have any way to access their reviews except through the app, and the app doesn't let you copy
like download
text.
the PDF of it or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad it wasn't racist.
And that was a 5-star review. It might be a little critical of your treatment of your cat. I'm not sure.
Oh, no.
It's not clear.
Is it because I yell at him all the time?
Yes.
Okay. I did step on his paw.
It says basically a pretty good podcast about a boy named Isaac. He seems very mad at his cat. You should not have a cat if you do not have the strength to care for them. Warning for piss and shit. But I think it's pretty funny. I hope it comes out in Swedish sometime.
Oh, I love Pocket. How dare this person?
Well, but it never names you. It seems to think that the podcast is about a boy named Isaac.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, the jury's still out. Please clarify in a language of your choice.
Yeah, jury's
Podcast
still
end.
out. Podcast end.